Hi, my name is Teresa Kovlak, and today we are going to be painting something a little different. One of my subscribers, Victoria, had told me about something she had seen, and it reminded me of these seed pods that you see growing alongside the road. So, Victoria, I hope you like this painting. I am doing it for you. And what I'm going to be painting on is this paper here. It's something new that I just received, and it's supposed to take the heat of the heat gun. So on this paper, if you've never used it before, my friend Miriam, she has a video all about it, and you can find it on her YouTube channel. I'll leave the link down below. And it's Miriam's Nature is what hers is. So let's go ahead and get started on this. What I'm using is the 99% alcohol. I put it in a squeeze bottle, that way it's easier to use. And right now, I would just like to make a wispy type sky so I can use the sky for the background and have my flowers in the front. And I'll leave a link below, or in the description box, I'm sorry. I'll leave the colors that I'm using. And what I'm doing with the colors is I am taking them and putting them in a little plastic squeeze bottle that has an eyedropper. And then I put half alcohol, and then I take and put a good squeeze of color. And again, what I'm doing is just a background, something light and flowing. So I just want that background a little more cloudy looking. And now down in the bottom here where the grass area would be, I'm going to do just a little in here too, just so that sky kind of flows on through. Now these aren't the wispies that you would be making flowers. It's just a wispy thin, so we can have a thin moving sky. And I do recommend working in a well-ventilated area. So now if you wanted it more like a sunrise or a sunset, you could put it upside down and have the sun here. If you like it better a different way, then flip it over and use it that way. And I think we're going to go with this right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to wipe out where we want our flower pods. So I'm going to take a paper towel, just kind of squish it up, and I'm going to wipe out where I want my flower pods. Now, if I didn't want to do it by wiping it out, the other thing I could do is take contact paper, cut out the shapes that I want, stick them down, paint my background, and then I wouldn't have to wipe out the spots. So this way, it just kind of gives you both ways of doing it. And the flower pods aren't all the same size, so you're just going to kind of want to pick and choose about how big or how small. And you could just do a couple of branches coming up, or you could just do one branch coming up. And just re-dip your paper towel in a little and figure out where you want your spots at. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to dip into some of that ink. I have it over here on the side, and we're just going to kind of work our flowers where we dip into the ink, and just a quick flower. And you can even do more than one at a time. I come back and I pick up a little alcohol. I do rinse off my brush when I go into another color. I'll bring a little of that alcohol over. And I'm just taking and putting a few different colors, splashing it in. Adding a little alcohol. Letting the ink work for me. My little trays that I have, I let those dry, and then I can reuse them each time. It's kind of nice because I have the colors wrote below. And that way I can just refill whatever colors I need to. And your flowers don't have to be perfect. Loosely paint them in. Now, if you want, you can do this with no background and just do the flowers. That's fine too. Drawer painting, you can do it however you like. You can do your flowers all the same color if you like. That's fine too. I think I'll add one more right about here. I'm just looking where I'd like to add a little more color. And maybe we'll put one right about here. That way we'll have like just a little twig coming down here. And his little buddy will go about here. Because I didn't wipe out the blue, I'm just going to use that blue right there. Maybe add a little purple. And definitely let the inks work for you. I think that's the biggest part about working with the alcohol inks, is not fighting with them. Okay, now we want to do some kind of stem coming. We know we're going to put these two together. And we'll put this, maybe with this one. And this one, kind of have them going on the same stem. And then these ones we'll kind of put together. I'm just loosely painting. Can't really see the stem on that other one, but it'll kind of come over with this one. No, the only thing I wish I would have done is maybe did a little green in here for our background. So it's not too late to do that. We're just gonna squirt a little bit of ink on here. We'll take our fan brush, dip into a little bit of that green. And I got a little extra on there. Just kind of, just if the grass was coming up. There's the sunset. The fan brush works great. I use it a lot. Definitely recommend getting one. And then maybe we have some little seed pods. So let's do just some small little seed pods coming off. We'll go with the greens because this little friend right here is green. And then maybe we'll add in just a touch of color. And then maybe we'll give this guy a seed pod too. Just kind of right about there. And we'll go kind of close with that color. Just so you get some little guys in there too. Not that it's all big flowers. Just bring in some little seed pods. Give it a little touch with your alcohol. It helps add in some accents. A little touch on the pink there to add a little more color. And all I'm doing is dipping my paintbrush in a little bit of alcohol, bringing it through the grass here, adding a little highlights. And then we want to do some little leaves and some where the flowers connect to the bud there or to the stem. They usually have some little leaves coming off. So I'll show you on this one here. You can see how it has the little branches coming off. So when that pod was growing, it has these little stems that help hold it on. So that's what we're doing right now, is just adding a few bit of those. And they don't have to be perfect. Just paint nice and loose. My brush is wet, going into the ink. And if I need to, I'll wash it off a little bit and add a little more alcohol to my ink here. I'm just kind of having it so it's flowing. I can bring this brush through, dipped into the alcohol, tap it off a tiny bit, and just up and down, adding some more of that grass in there. And just glance and make sure all our flowers have some little stems coming off. This one doesn't. I can't figure out what way I want to go with him. I think I'm just going to kind of bring him this way. So he's going in behind our pink one. And we'll connect our little guys. Okay, I think that looks pretty decent there. So on the next video, because we're going to make this a two-part, on the next video we're going to go ahead and finish this off, and it will have how I finish it off will give a 3D look and some texture to it. And I hope you join me for the next video to finish this off. Again, my name is Teresa Kovlak, and you can see more of my work on Instagram or Facebook. And if you have any comments, leave them below and I will get to them. Otherwise, I wish you a nice day and happy painting. Thanks for joining me.